son, Dr. Richard Somori.
Somori, yeah.
Do you know who Dr. Richard Somori is? Dr. Richard Somori is the director of forensic in Lagos State.
DNA and Forensic Department.
Department of Lagos State.
Yeah.
So this is the game these people are playing. So Dr. Somori has a lab in Pennsylvania. They keep saying that they took this thing to NMS. If we find out that they forged this thing, they never know that they are talking to an intelligent Nigerian. Dr. Somori, if you are here and if you want to screen record this. You are the owner of the ITSF lab. And then you never told us, according to Commissioner of Information, that you are using a third party. Who are you? If you are following the Asian law of the United States, you were not supposed to be a third party. They're supposed to send that specimen directly to NMS lab. So because you have a lab, so the Lagos State government believe they can come through you. So if you find out that that letter added whatever, no wonder that some of the inscription on that lab, there were a lot of discrepancy in that. Go and do Wood Dr. Richard. Let me give you his real name. So all of you should Google that. Go and look for that. Who owns that lab? Go and I will hold on. Just give me a sec. I think it's right time we have to pulungu all these people to the world. ITSI. Yeah. ITSI is the name of the lab. Bioscience in Johnstown, in Pennsylvania. Okay? I have the day, the time that they founded this lab in 2009. I have everything right here with me. That was when this lab was created.
Well, Bossman, let me shed more light. It's been discovered that the samples of Mohbad that was taken, which we are told that was taken to NMS, didn't go to NMS. Probably it might have gotten to Pennsylvania, or the source of that document could come from.
Mr. Goreshi, let me just give the full name of this doctor so that people can start researching on him now. His full name is Dr. Richard Somiri. It's Somire. He is the director of forensic department in Lagos State.
Yeah, DNA and Forensic Center.
Yes, DNA and Forensic Center of Lagos State. These people are playing with our intelligence.
It's quite unfortunate that we find ourselves in this situation where we no longer trust the structure of our state. If this girl was arrested, it was arraigned for forging JAMB results. What do we do for our state government, who might have suspiciously forged this important document that is not just personal? It has to do with the conscience and the senses of millions of Nigerians. It's really very sober. It's really very, 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 very pathetic that we find ourselves, if somebody abroad. That is why, you see, they compare the reaction and the attitude of Nigerians to people abroad, but we don't compare the government practices to the developed countries. They will say, in America, in London, they pay taxes. In America, in London, they have speed limit. In America, in London, they do this. In America, in London, citizens do this. They tell us what citizens do. But do they tell us, or do they do or live up to what their government do? Absolutely no. This is a secret that will shock everybody. A big secret. Thank you, Bossman, for bringing it up. It's a big secret that will shock everybody, because the lab that was that sample that they claim that sample was sent to initially was the one owned by the director of Lagos State DNA and Forensic Department. He is the owner of that lab. The name can be checked. The lab can be checked. It's there. We are just telling the state that they've deceived the conscience and the consciousness. They've betrayed the conscience and the consciousness of millions of Nigerians. Millions of Nigerians. And until they come to accept, or even if the state will want to clear and vindicate itself, those involved should be brought to book.
Mr. Goreksi.
The state should investigate and bring them to book. Thank you. Yes, boss.
Mr. Goreksi, see, I'm still saying it again. I didn't want to say much because some people are doubting whatever I was saying yesterday. That's why I came up to give them this shocker. Maybe this one, they will start believing what was said so far. Now, this is it, that if they said that they sent that lab, that specimen to a third party, and it's now come out that the third party that they sent the lab to is not even one of the government of Lagos State. So that means it's still Lagos State that still did that result, not NMS lab that did that. Now, one thing is this. We have the full letter-headed paper from the NMS lab. And there's a lot of discrepancy in their own write-up with NMS. So it's not the duty of why there's a reason why we have to do that civil work, civil demonstration at NMS. We'll go to them themselves. We've been calling them. They are tired. They are aware that there are some things that are actually trying to malign their name, and they need to protect it. And this is America. They will defend themselves. And if you find out that it was forged, the letter-headed paper or the ITSI lab forged that letter-head paper, and the one that did the printing themselves, which I myself, I'm not even a member of the NMS, that I can see discrepancy in the real one and the fake one. So I'm not saying whatever they did is fake. So we need to go there and ask them if whatever they put right there, because in America there's nothing like Panadol. We don't talk about Panadol. So if you put something like Panadol or another, like in America, they talk about when you say tire, they spell tire as T-I-R-E. But in other part of the world, the way they spell the tire of motor, is different, right? So if you now use some words that is not used in America, then you should know that this is suspicious. Am I right? If you are in America, if you know that the way they spell tire, the tire of motor, is totally different from the way UK or any other part of the people of the country spell the tire. All right, but there are some discrepancy in that write-up that they don't use in America, so which make it to be suspicious. So it is not in our own duty now to match, to go to the lab at the gate. The police have given us, in fact, the police are in support of us. We've called them, they've given us the grace to come and do a peaceful protest to them.
Hello, Bossman, well spoken. I think for now, greeting to everyone, sorry. I think for now, what we should do is let's keep on doing our investigation and keep it mute. Once everything is out, we can now flag it out. So all the hosts, this is the discussion we should be doing now, not dragging each other, because we now have a point. But let's finish our investigation, do the demonstration, then we have everything. It will be at the back of every host, whether they want it or not. And what the host, I plead with you, on the days of demonstration, if you are not in Nigeria, can you just go live? If you are not in London, can you just go live?